The Devil, Van Halen on Q103, and now joining in the studio with me, it's Richard from Filter, wearing some sunglasses, looking hip, dude. How you doing?
I'm feeling good and hip.
Hip, as you should, like I said.
I guess whatever hip is, yes.
Hip, I think, is just a state of mind.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It could be sexual. It can be a body part.
Are you trying to have sex with me? Is he going to try and have sex with me?
Am I being allowed? I don't know. Would that make me cool by association of sex, I guess?
Hey, whatever rocks your world.
Well,
I'm a married man. Maybe I should just say that.
All right, and I
put your thing away right now.
I'll zip up. Well, here's the deal. Well, Filter are going to be playing tomorrow at Jillian's. It's on Pearl Street, and you turn my own mic off there. You got the night off. Tell us, man, when's the last time you guys have been touring?
Gosh, we just did a whole bunch of shows in, I think it was, when was it, November? Yeah, we did this whole huge tour with Bush and Chevelle, and just it was just awesome. We just had a blast.
Just all over it.
Yeah, and then we were in Europe all last year. We went to Russia, and we've been to Kuwait this year.
Kuwait? No, did you play for that?
Not this year, but just last year.
Is that playing for like the troops?
The troops, yeah.
Now, tell me what that's like. I mean, how many have you done that before?
Yeah, we go over there every year, and it's kind of our way of giving back. And a friend of ours actually was killed. Justin Irely, he was the that was my phone.
That was it's operative time for a sound effect of R2D2.
So it's R2D2.
You're telling me this terribly sad story about your friend.
We wrote a record. We wrote a record called "Anthems for the Damned," and it was basically about the war in Iraq and all that stuff. And no one's being drafted. People are kind of volunteering,
right? Which is the great thing about this military.
He actually volunteered for the reserves to kind of get his way through college, and they pulled him out of his last year in college, and he was like he was 21 years old, and there he is in Baghdad, and he was there for 10 days, and he was a true man of the military, and was there, and he was attacked by small arms fire, and anyways, we wrote this whole record for him. So when we had the opportunity to go over there, we just made it like common practice for us to just every year, get over there. And we were just in Kuwait, and it's always a moving thing. I think the craziest thing that's ever happened to us, we were mortared in Kirkuk.
Really?
And that's basically, we were fired at in anger. So
what were you? Are you in a vehicle at the time, or
no? We had just played, and there was a couple thousand people that wanted our autographs, and all the military guys, and then all of a sudden this huge siren comes out, and they just looked, and basically what it means is radar has detected something bigger than a bullet is headed into the base.
Something that's not a bird is coming our direction.
It's a piece of metal, and it's coming into your sector, and they've got them all. And so the radar went off in our area, and they were like looking at us like, get down, and we were like, for reals? Like, really? And we just like hit the deck, and we were like, me and the bass player at the time were just kind of like laughing. And then I was like, wait a minute, like,
we are in a war zone.
Someone's going to get killed or something. Someone could get killed. And so he starts actually crawling underneath. They have these in the recreational part of the base. And this is a base that's in the middle of, a war zone. So everything runs on diesel, and it's just this big, huge, it's everything. You hear this constant roar of diesel, engines all around. And they have these little trailers that are they're just made out of balsa wood. And so he actually starts crawling underneath one of the trailers, and I'm like, dude, all you're going to do is make the rescue harder. I mean, because you know what I mean?
Now we're going to have to get this big trailer off you.
Yeah. And so we end up running. They're like, now we've got to go look for cover. Like, it landed, the incoming, it was actually a rocket, or some kind of a rocket.
A rocket-propelled
grenade. Who knows? It was something like that. It landed 200 yards away, and we ended up running into the darkness. So like, Filter, come this way. Filter, come this way. Everyone wanted to have Code Black in, hanging out with Filter, in the bomb shelters.
Cool. Everybody wanted to save your life.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was actually awesome.
Or like, if we're gonna die, I want to die with these guys.
So we just start running, and like the next thing you know, we're like, well, do you know where one of these things is? And he's like, it's got to be around here somewhere. And I'm like, well, how long have you been here? He's like, I just got here a couple hours ago. I'm like, so we've been here longer than you? And he's like, I guess. And he goes,
and you trusted him?
Just go into this embankment. And so we went into this ditch. It was like a drainage ditch. Mm-hmm. And, they call them torches, but it's just a light. And they're like, light up a torch and find out where we are. And we light up the torches, and we're underneath a huge diesel tanker truck,
which is
filled
perfect,
with,
right?
That's
how you distinguish
when you think
a
of
flame.
safety and grenade and mortars, you think of like, let's hide underneath a big huge tanker truck.
It's like going out in a lightning storm in a chainmail.
Exactly. It's like, so that was and literally we walked out and we went back to sign all the autographs, and everyone kind of reassembled, and everyone was just like, it's really amazing. The people right next to us just were like, get down, face down, cover your ears.
Let me ask you something. Like, I've talked to other people who've done things for the troops over there, but they've been messed with here and there. At any point when you heard "get down, everybody run," did you think they were just messing with you again? Like no. So you never...
No, they were. It was, you could see it in their faces. It was get down or you're gonna die. It was like you could see it in their faces.
Now, how long?
It was also thousands of people hit the deck at once. They were like, and we're standing there like, are you for reals? Is this a real thing? And they were like, yes, this is not a drill.
So if you're just tuning in, we're talking with Richard from Filter. They're playing tomorrow at Jillian's. He went over to Kuwait a little while ago and played for the troops. They were mortared. Or
actually,
attacked.
This was in Iraq.
Oh, this is in Iraq.
Yeah, this
All
is like 3 years ago in Iraq, and we were mortared in Kirkuk.
Now, from the point that they warned you that something's coming towards the base till it actually hit, how long was that? How long before the...
Probably about 20 minutes.
20 minutes,
yeah, because the first
like
alarm
a long
is
ways.
It's alarm black means it's coming in, or some. I might be getting the color code wrong, but alarm black is
you're not
incoming.
militant. I don't blame you.
You're in danger. Get on the ground. The next one is, okay, it hit. Nothing else is on radar, so get up and look for cover. And then after that, it's like back to green. It's like alarm green, which just means you're okay.
We're all good.
Yeah, and then they found the actual rocket like 200 yards away, and we were like, oh my gosh! But I was like, I mean, now I got my war story. For the rest of my life, I've got my war story. You know what I mean? So at least I can kind of...
Everybody else over there, and nothing happens to them. You're not even in the military, and now you got that. That's cool.
I have at least one little war story, and it gives you a greater appreciation for what's going on. And
I bet, yeah.
So,
wow. Well, so now you've been to war. Now you guys haven't had an album out in, what is it, 2-3 years?
We had a record out last year called The Trouble with Angels.
It was last year.
Yeah.
I'm all off the time. The new one's coming out this summer.
Yeah, this new one is called, I don't know what I think the working title is Gurney and the Burning Books.
Okay, yeah, that's the last one I saw there, and I didn't want to say it because I don't know why I wanted to read Gurney as Journey, even though it had a G.
Yeah.
Gurney, for some
as
reason,
in
English
like
doesn't
the thing
apply to
that
me.
they carry you off in when you go crazy and they have to strap you down.
Oh yeah, that's the hospital stretcher or something.
Yeah, the stretcher essentially. Yeah.
Well, tell us about the upcoming album.
Right now I'm writing a lot of it with Johnny Radke, who is from Kill Hannah, and Ashes Divide, which is Billy Howardale's band, one of his bands, and it's amazing. We set out to kind of like. We were like, let's go ahead and confront the fact that we have to have another Hey Man, Nice Shot. We have to have another Take a Picture. We have to like really zero in and find out what was special about those songs and make those again.
So you've been listening to a lot of Justin Bieber songs, something with a beat.
We put on the Bieber. Actually,
to.
I met his producer on the way back to Los Angeles once, and I'm like, wow, that's got to be crazy. He's like, yeah, it's pretty crazy. He's like, I don't know whether or not to, to keep him pop or he wants to kind of, dirty up his image.
I think Justin Bieber should just take a total heel turn, go 180, get 5 girls pregnant, different races, and just totally be the bad boy, you know? Don't you think it'd be good for business?
I think that's kind of what Bieber wants to do. You know, every artist wants to know how far they can go and how far they can push it. And it was just one of those like general kind of conversations where, you know.
Interesting. Was that on a flight?
Yeah, it was on a flight. Yeah, you know, just kind of
talking with the Biebs.
One of his producers.
Biebs produce.
Yeah, you know,
the produce.
But that's the way it is. I mean, I think that, you know, for Filter, it's like how heavy can we make it,
right?
And at the same time, how light can we make it without alienating either sides? And you know, I think that now it seems like people are eclectic enough that they can kind of handle the fact that we're the same band that did "Hey Man, Nice Shot" and "Take a Picture" and you know,
do something completely different.
Yeah.
Do you think?
But we're happy with the parameters that we set. Like any world in between those two songs is still going to be cool. But the first thing we did was go like, okay, what about "Hey Man, Nice Shot's" awesome? Okay, it's got a great riff. All right, let's write a riff. And then we sat there. What about the lyrics? And we started milling around the idea with, you know, take that knife out of my back, which is because everybody goes through like serious betrayal, because the theme of this record is betrayal. It's all about like you know, trusting people and then just getting royally screwed over, and mine's based on personal experience. So there's a lot of, it's easy to sing the lyrics, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just a lot of screaming and the chorus, and it's like this.
Who doesn't love that?
Yeah, it's big long scream notes, you know, and really, really, really meaning it and diving into it and losing my voice for a couple of days and that kind of stuff. And then there's the other side of Filter, which is just, it can get lush and beautiful and mellow. And
so tomorrow at Jillian's, chance people are going to hear any of the new stuff?
There's always a chance.
Always a chance.
There's always a chance.
How much
we might play some new stuff.
How sauced up you get, I guess. And like, well, let's do the new
Well,
one.
as you know, I used to drink, you know, but now I don't. I let the other bandmates.
So
do
what
that
you're saying
for me.
is no chance then.
No, there's always a chance we could whip something out that brand new. You could hear some new Filter, you know.
Well, good.
It just takes a couple minutes at sound check to kind of work it up. It's not too hard to play Filter music. You know, you just have to.
You don't want to tell the people that. You need to tell them that.
The amazing thing about music is you have to kind of go with what comes natural. Otherwise, you know, you're not being true to yourself. And the only way to really be comfortable as an artist is to just be okay with it. And, you know, a lot of guys like are surprised, like other singers are like, how can you sing so high for so long? And I'm like, it's just because I'm a tenor. You know, if I tried to sing low, like baritone stuff, that's when I get into trouble.
Right, you took something you're good at and perfected it.
This is our sound guy, and you know, I have to crank 200 hertz in my ears to hear low notes from my voice to make sure I'm not pitchy.
Jillian's Filter going to be playing tomorrow. I believe the show starts at 7:30. Q103albany.com's got all the details, and we have actually a couple pairs of tickets here we'll give out to some listeners. We'll be doing that in a couple minutes. And anything else you want to leave the people with? Expect tomorrow?
I just, you know, we have the best time at our concerts, and you know, we have the greatest time.
Can I tell him about the story?
Oh, I left that out completely.
Tell me the story.
I would like to get an Aspen right here. This is our night girl. She's going to be on at 7:00, but she is a big fan of you guys.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
When did you last see them play?
I was at a show. It was a summer fest a few years back, you know, and I was like, all right, when they play Hey Man, Nice Shot, I'm crowd surfing. All right. So I heard the first, you know, I'm like, all right, it's go time. Boosted up, started crowd surfing. The crowd, you bring out some crazy people. Let me tell you, they ripped out my lime green thong out of my pants. They're flinging it across.
Let me stop here. Aspen, they ripped out your thong?
They ripped out my lime green thong.
Just like out of your pocket or
No, out of my pants, darling.
Wow.
Can you?
I want that back tomorrow.
Well, those guys better behave.
What happened to the thong? Where did it end up?
Oh, I don't know.
You have no idea?
I have no
Did it
idea.
end
You
up
know
on
what?
stage?
I think I remember. I think it ended up on stage.
And it's probably just tacked to the
We
tour
get the
bus
weirdest
wall.
stuff thrown at us. There was this one time. I can't mention. it
Can't
on
mention
the air.
that.
Oh, God.
The
This
mics
one
go
time
off.
where we went on stage and there was all these things all over the stage. When was
Prophylactics?
that? No,
These things.
you know, cylindrical
Ones that would
about,
fit into it.
about like 10 inches. You know, those things that
Oh, yeah.
starts with a D.
a hot dog.
A hot dog.
A hot dog. Oh.
But
I
yeah,
know.
what was that left over? It was like right before we played with Five Finger Death Punch somewhere.
Shiprock.
Yeah, Shiprocked.
Oh, did you take any home?
No,
Put them in the dishwasher?
It wasn't Shiprocked.
Wash them in the dish.
No, it was in Phoenix. It was at the red, white, and blue thing on September 11th.
He knows the. Oh. That seems inappropriate for there to be dildos all over the stage.
There, for some reason, I think it was a practical joke. It was
radio station band.
It was a practical joke to the radio station band from someone, but there was unbeknownst to me, there was this one dude, because we were playing in front of like Anthrax and Five Finger Death Punch, and there's always that one guy that just has to stand in front of the stage and like flip you off. And there's
You're
always,
number one.
There's always one guy that just has to sit there and kind of like distract you like that, and I didn't notice him. Like I looked completely beyond him. I was enjoying the mosh pit that was going on behind him or something, and I saw this rather robust dildo, and I picked it up and I just kind of chucked it. Unbeknownst to me, it bounced off of his head in the middle of like he was like literally turning around like to make fun of like fans that were right behind him, filter fans with like filter shirts and stuff. He's like, yeah, whatever. And he gets hit by this dildo
Right in the head.
and the entire 20 people around him just started pointing and laughing at this guy.
It's eighth grade all over again for that
they're
guy.
Like, my bandmates are like, Richie, did you plan that? I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And it's just like, it's karma.
Yeah, and
It's
he was
like
flicking you guys out the whole time. You didn't even look.
You know,
but
I'm
they
not
channeled him.
I'm not superstitious or religious in any way, but like somehow I guess he must have deserved it somehow.
Well,
'cause
somehow the dildo attracted the other dildo to his
Yeah,
head.
exactly.
And that's how
There
it
you
works
go.
out. Well, Jillian's tomorrow, 7:30. Filter going to be in town. Richard, thanks for stopping in. Q103.